No matter how you spin it, the crypto, Bitcoin, altcoin charts right now have never looked any better. And in this video, the theme of the video is going to be inverse head and shoulders on the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano charts. The setups are incredible right now. So we have the timing of where we are in these cycles contributing to how bullish things are. But we have this scenario right now where there could be a bit more downside and consolidation, and it could absolutely set up an even more bullish bull market. So hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. Let's just jump into the video. I want to explain a couple of things. We're going to obviously look at the technicals on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA. I'm going to look at the targets to the upside on these charts. They look so good, so primed. But one thing I just want to say at the beginning of the video, this is where we are, right? This is for new people that haven't seen these videos. Bitcoin halving 2024, Bitcoin dominance falling at this purple line. This is a total crypto market cap chart. Right now, we are just after Bitcoin dominance starts falling. A little bit of a consolidation that you see here. Here's what it looked like last cycle. And here's what it looked like 2 cycles ago. One thing I want to note from 2 cycles ago, back here in 2017, you can see kind of this total crypto market cap chart really consolidating into that 20-week moving average. A lot of volatility right now. So when we start talking about on the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart, Cardano charts, maybe more downside, just know after these bull market starts, pulling into the 20-week moving average, whether we're just hovering above it, right, kind of like we did last cycle, or if we're really just pulling right back into it, this is a normal move. So the consolidation at this moment of the cycle, long story short, is normal. But let's talk about the setups. So the major setup, this is foundational to the entire bull market, is the Bitcoin setup. This is a multi-year inverse head and shoulders that we've been tracking on the YouTube channel. And I've been saying time and time again in recent technical analysis videos that we've broken the neckline. We have the target range from like $130 up to almost $300, depending on how you're going to measure the neckline to the head here. But huge target range for the bull market for Bitcoin. But now that we've gotten the breakout out of this inverse head and shoulders, we've been talking about what is in play is a potential just throwback to the neckline. It's a very normal technical move, even at this stage of the bull cycle. And truly on the Bitcoin chart, if we're going to reach these crazy levels, I think a move like that, especially in light of a potential super cycle, could be the best thing. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. We can continue monitoring. If we kind of start zooming in on the Bitcoin daily chart, we can continue monitoring the shorter term. Maybe Bitcoin just continues to the upside right now. The 50-day moving average is the key area for Bitcoin. We're seeing the support right now post Bitcoin dominance falling in that purple line. And this is something we're monitoring because this is what happened last cycle at this moment, pulling into the 50-day before going higher. Here's the point though, and I'll zoom out on the daily chart as we start pivoting to Ethereum and Cardano. The point is this. If Bitcoin breaks through the 50-day moving average, does throw back to the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders before going higher, that's it's going to shake a lot of people out of the market. This little dip that has happened already has shaken a lot of people out of the market. A lot of people, I think, calling for the bear market. It's a 19% dip. So if that happens, I want to take note what Ethereum might be doing and what Cardano might be doing. And I want to speak to that in context to the setups that they have right now, because the setups are absolutely insane, especially at this moment of the cycle. So let's start with Ethereum. We've been talking a lot about Ethereum as kind of this altcoin indicator chart. It's not even broken all-time high yet. From just a strictly data perspective and a cycle data perspective, I can't imagine thinking the bull market is over without Ethereum breaking previous all-time high. Can't imagine that, especially as right now we're in a cycle for the first time. Institutions are accumulating Ethereum, especially lately. So I don't think this is the end for Ethereum. I think we're at the very beginning of Ethereum's move. So we've been talking about this triangle. Breakout target to the upside, upwards to $20,000 potentially for an Ethereum all-time high in this bull cycle. But zoomed in even more, playing into the story that we're talking about with potential throwback for a Bitcoin or more consolidation, is this. It's this inverse head and shoulders on the Ethereum chart that is setting up. And right now we're in the formation of a right shoulder. So yes, it would be great if Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, every altcoin just starts trending up now, going into 2025 at the very early stage, and we get the breakout. And that will be a right shoulder, a very small right shoulder. But what's in play is more downside for Ethereum. And I don't know what the downside could look like. On the daily chart, we have this 200-day moving average, right? This is a daily chart, so just below $3,000. Like, it is like right at $3,000. But we have to allow for consolidation of a right shoulder potentially for this Ethereum chart. But no matter how you spin it, you can see target to the upside just around $7,000. And that could be the journey for Ethereum doing two things: breaking out of the massive multi-year triangle, right? So this could be the setup for breaking out of that area, and also just the stepping stone for Ethereum to get to the target of this massive triangle. So, and there could be volatility along the way: breakout, throwback, and continuation of the bull market. So that's Ethereum. But just notice we're in this right shoulder consolidation, and there's room for downside. There's room for consolidation. There's room for a very volatile right shoulder. Put aside the inverse head and shoulders. If you're not even going to look at that, we just have this apex of the triangle that we're at, and we're consolidating, and maybe we go even lower and we test the lower trend line of the triangle, you know, $2,700 or so for Ethereum. Either way, if Bitcoin's falling and crypto's falling and Ethereum's doing that, this could be the bull market setup for Ethereum, the breakout setup. ADA. This is something I noticed in my, I think it was a live stream the other day. As I was doing the live stream, I didn't even see this on the chart until then. And I have to do a sole video on Cardano, I think, for this setup, but it's an inverse head and shoulders setup as well for Cardano. And I would say it is the most bullish one, you know, in terms of comparing Cardano and Ethereum's. Bitcoin is incredibly bullish because it's a multi-year inverse head and shoulders leading into this bull cycle. But ADA has this rising upward neckline, right? So we're looking at left shoulder, a head, and now we're in this potential right shoulder setup. Now, to get context, or at least direction of how this could play out, we have a lot of structure forming. Finally, after all of this overextension on the daily chart, we have structure forming. So it gives us a sense of where could this go, right? So we have this little speculative upper trend line channel, right? A falling channel. But we also just have this very simple falling wedge that Cardano is within right now. Right now, short term, 73 cents is very much in play. And you can just see it doesn't have to happen in one day. It can trickle down. We could pop to the upside and then continue trickling down, right? This could be in a scenario where we're hitting a lower trend line down here in the 60s. And that could be a scenario where Bitcoin's having a slow, volatile, just consolidation back down, throwback to the neckline. People are getting bearish. ADA's back into the 70s or 60s. Because you imagine, and what's happening? What's happening is a potential unbelievable right shoulder setup for Cardano to take us into the 2025 bull market. 2025 Cardano all-time highs. You can see the target out there is $6 to $7 out of that inverse head and shoulders. And if we're looking at this, I want to make a note of this, especially when it relates to Cardano. Check out last cycle. We kind of had not so similar of a setup, but kind of like an inverse head and shoulders on the macro. And then finally, when Cardano did break out of that inverse head and shoulders, it hit its target, but it even kind of far exceeded the target, right? Like kind of this blow off top, right? To $3. So this could be a scenario where, yeah, ADA hits its target $6 to $7, but gets this nice, really parabolic end of bull market move, maybe closer to towards $10. And listen, that is not even hitting a $500 billion market cap, which is something Ethereum did last cycle. And I continue to think that is in play for Cardano this cycle. But now we're getting a little bit of a roadmap for Cardano in terms of what its bull market could look like. So all of these charts, everybody, again, no matter how you spin it, to me, at this moment of the cycle, and I haven't talked one bit about all the macro fundamental bullishness that is happening with Bitcoin and crypto right now, but all of these things setting up, no matter how you spin it, to be, I think, very bullish. So yeah, prepare for dips. We've been preparing. We've been anticipating. It is what it is. It happens all the times in crypto. But we see the bigger picture. And it really is, I think, a really nice roadmap right now on Bitcoin on this inverse head and shoulders. Looks absolutely insane. So hit the subscribe, hit the like. if you enjoyed this video or this content, and make sure you turn notifications on as we continue to track these markets, crypto news, Bitcoin analysis, altcoin analysis, all that good stuff. Appreciate you cruising through. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.